Good morning. Oh, I love that. Robust. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock. We're kind of on the cusp of things right now, beginning a week of endings and a summer of beginnings. It's good for us to be together, even by our intentions, creating a beloved community with one another, a sacred space, a holy time. My name is David Carl Olson. I serve here with my colleague, Reverend Israel Buffardi, soon to be the minister of the Huntington UU Fellowship. Each of us in the care of our lead minister, Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore, who last week became the most recent recipient of the Angus MacLean Award for Leadership in Religious Education. Yay! We have been blessed this past year by the presence and good work of our student minister, Madison Colquette, soon to do a follow-up year of internship near Iowa City at the UU Society of Coralville, Iowa. We wish her well. We ministers couldn't do our work without the great number of members of our congregation who make this a welcoming religious home. Will you help me give a special thank you to the many volunteers who make this a leader-full community? Let's do this. And I'm going to say, as you do that, I want you to be imagining what your role is as a volunteer in helping to build this home for Unitarian Universalism. At the end of our service today, please stay behind. We offer a light luncheon in the social hall during Sunday Cafe. If you are a first or second time visitor, please, the lunch is on us. Some of us have already registered and will be attending the women's group luncheon over in the Veach House. But I hope no one leaves without participating in something that Shelter Rock is known for, eating cake. We'll spend some time thanking Madison and wishing her well.
And wish her well. I really do, and I hope that we really do. I really am grateful for Madison's time here as our student minister, for the wisdom and the gifts that she has brought here to this congregation, and for the wisdom that she has offered me as her supervisor this congregational year. So thank you, Madison. I learned so much from you, being your supervisor, as I learned being a minister, as I learned from all of you. So thank you. The words for our chalice lighting. As Madison lights our chalice one more time. Here we are together, each facing our different human tasks, or maybe the same central one, to embrace the lessons life delivers, to discern and respond as we grow, to refuse harm and cherish flourishing. May we know ourselves as vessels of infinite possibility, holders of each other's heartaches and tales of joy alike, weavers of one story in which we each have our part. Those were the words of Lee Onigiri. Would you please rise in body or in spirit now to sing our opening hymn, Wake Now My Senses.
Wake now my senses and hear the earth call, wisdom of time. Suffer thy limit and praise the sublime. Wake now, compassion, give heed to the cry. Voices of suffering fill the wide sky. Take us your neighbor, both stranger and friend, praying and striving their hardship to end. Wake now, my conscience, with justice thy guide. Join with all people whose rights are denied. Take not for granted a privileged place. God's love embraces the whole human race. Wake now, my vein of ministry clear. Brighten my pathway with radiance here. Mingle my calling with all who will share. Work toward a planet transformed by our care.
Will you please join me in saying and singing our words and song of affirmation? Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need, this we do affirm and covenant with each other.
Please be seated. This morning's reading is Another Weird Thing God Did by Reverend Christine Wagner Hecht. Waking too early to June breezes and your movements, small in the kitchen. I sip coffee as trinities of sneezes break sleep's film from my eyes. It is not even 6, but the light slants blue through the window, calling for some new conversion. Just back since Monday, you speak of the amazing sound, drowning out lawnmowers, sirens, 5 o'clock whistles, of cicadas hatched in their 17th year. How for 16 years, as grubs, they consume everything under the earth, then burst out into the air singing sex. They eat nothing, you say, just and die. See me afterwards for the unrated version. In Baltimore, their shells were everywhere. Cicadas themselves were everywhere. In the church, you watched your lover cry with joy, astonishment, grief, as hands were laid upon her head in blessing and commission. 5 cicadas unnoticed watched with you from your dress, their low hum seeming only a part of the music, as she was robed and called Reverend. I can only think, how strange to create such a cycle, such blind grubbers, such sound. Just another weird thing God did, I say, watching you smile, Elizabeth, as your hands move, telling the story, sharing the good news.
Feel how it quivers on the brink, everything gives you the shivers, makes you think there's so much stuff to sing. And you and me will be singing it like the birds, me with music and you with words. Tell them things they don't know. Up to us now to show them. Our time breathing in, worlds to change and worlds to win. Our turn, we're what's new. Me and you, pal, me and you. Feel the flow, hear what's happening. We're what's happening. Long ago, all we had was that funny feeling, saying someday we'd send them reeling. Now it looks like we can. Someday just began. It's our heads on the block. Give us room and start the clock. Our time coming through. Me and you, pal, me and you, me and you. Something is stirring, shifting ground. It's just begun. Edges are blurring all around, and yesterday is done. Feel the flow, hear what's happening, we're what's happening. Don't you know we're the movers and we're the shapers, we're the names in tomorrow's papers, up to us now to show 'em. It's our time, breathe it in, worlds to change and worlds to win. Our turn coming through. Me and you, pal, me and you. Years from now, we'll remember and we'll come back by the rooftop and hang a plaque. This is where we began, being what we can. It's our heads on the block. Give us room and start the clock. Our dream coming true. Me and you, pal, me and you, 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 me and you.
As part of our spiritual commitment to use our resources to build the world that our hearts tell us is possible, we take an offering this Sunday to support the Parent Resource Center, to support their much-needed work in our community. If you'd like to support their work of providing developmentally appropriate early childhood classes and enriching experiences to the families in our surrounding communities, you can see the screen for ways to give and put your values into action.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and from this we live.
Will you join your hearts with mine in a place of centeredness, vulnerability, openness to mystery? Will you join me in prayer? O thou whom no person at any time hath seen, and yet who in all the ages of human history and all the stages of human drama and comedy and all the pages of the human story are discovered in the precious interaction of human heart and mind with this cosmos and with each other. Reveal yourself to us in our conscience, in our recalling of a year spent together, in the moments of our memory that make us glad, sometimes sad, even mad. Let us bravely admit that sometimes, too, we are scared. Let our imagination lead us into leaning into one another, to make promises to ourselves and to one another, to keep those promises, occasionally to break our promise, and yet to have the sense of self and other to dare to make new promises, to be people of conscience, morality, courage, faith, to be people and a people centered around love in the ways that we show respect and compassion and care for one another and the earth. Let us bring our attentiveness to the larger world, a world where great powers threaten great powers, where our species so easily discounts the children who are hungry, the populations that are displaced, the devastations of old on planet and other species which lead to ruin. Turn our hearts to resist war, the quintessence of evil which contains within itself all other evils, including the loss of hope, including the loss of generations. Turn us away from our anxiety. Turn us away from a pecking order where to be great requires that someone else is lesser. Turn us toward this beautiful world. This world that we know is diverse, which can be equitable, which may be more fully inclusive. Let our imaginations move from the personal to the communal, from the more fully known historical to the yet to be discovered future, from the smallness of our particularities and our lives to the greatness of the universal, which we can only partially perceive, but which we, in our exploration of the mystery of life, are blessed to attend. May peace prevail on earth. May we each and all be filled with loving kindness. May we and our cohabitants of Mother Earth herself be well. May we know and inhabit the holy and the whole. Blessed be. Ashe, Ashe. Peace. Shalom. Shalom. And now, as we are able, may we come forward to light a candle, to whisper perhaps our blessings for Madison as she is on her way, and even our blessings on each other and on ourselves on the journeys that we are about to make. Amen.
Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, and the rain fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, and until we meet again, may the good Lord hold you in the palm of his hand. And until we meet again, and until we meet again, may the good Lord hold you in the palm of his hand.
I'm going to do something that I didn't think I'd do on my final Sunday as your student minister. I'm going to talk about bugs. I'm going to attempt to make a brood of prehistoric sex monsters pastoral. Are you still with me? Okay. We'll do it together. I experienced the call to ministry in June 2021. Shortly after experiencing this feeling that I'd never had before, let's call it a calling, I had coffee with my minister. And by this point, I was fairly new to Unitarian Universalism, but I did understand it to be a faith of curiosity, a faith oriented by communal justice, and one of compassion. And gratefully, I had experienced all of these in the congregation I was a part of at that time. So in June 2021, I was living in Bloomington, Indiana, and two things were happening. One, the COVID pandemic, so my minister and I would be meeting outdoors. And two, the great emergence of the Brood 10 periodical cicadas. Does anyone here have experience with those periodical cicadas? I see you in the back. Yes. Okay. So they're different from the annual cicadas that you see every year, both in their enormous size and in their enormity of number. In 2021, Brood 10's emergence encompassed 15 states along the Midwest and East Coast, with Indiana having some of the largest populations. And maybe you experienced this Brood 10 emergence in 2021, or more recently, the emergence of two different broods, 13 and 14, in May 2024. Can you believe that the last time that specific co-emergence of broods 13 and 14 happened was in 1803? So if you're not familiar with these enormous periodical cicadas, let me set the scene for you. These cicadas emerge, and then they spend their short lives in bacchanalian fashion, singing and mating and laying eggs before they die. And their spent bodies are everywhere. You're walking on them, they're everywhere. And the mating calls of the Brood 10 males are so loud, they're often compared to sounding like a lawnmower. Okay, so on this day in June 2021, millions of cicadas had already been meddling and mating their way through Bloomington for a couple of weeks, which was just enough time for me to develop an active aversion to their presence. I did not like them. But I wanted to meet with my minister. And since I was going to tell her about my recent recognition of a call to ministry, I did not want to do it while squealing and squirming and swatting these sex monsters away. I had to be cool. Amen? So I steeled myself to be cool during our outdoor conversation while pulling cicadas out of my hair and trying to enjoy a coffee with a dear mentor as they haphazardly flew onto me, onto the table between us, everywhere. I have to say that my minister loves them. So she was like, it would fly and she would pick it up and she would be like, look, this is how you can know it's male. And, and I was like, oh yeah. So soon, though, their presence wasn't something to only be tolerated, but to appreciate. Their vibratory voices served as soundtrack to a cherished conversation with a teacher about my own becoming. Their resonant hums singing a collective yes. I anticipated our discussion that day being mostly me sharing the story of a recent calling and asking basic questions about ministry from someone who'd been doing it for over 2 decades. But my minister also shared the story of her own recognition that she too was in the midst of a career transition. So there we were, 2 beings in discernment amongst those blessed, bumbling cicadas. Our Brood 10 cicadas lived underground as nymphs for 17 years, drinking sap from the roots of the tree where they hatched. And 17 years later, when the soil temperature was just right, the nymphs rose to the surface and climbed a tree. And there they shed their exoskeleton and emerged as new beings. Males sing their boisterous love song, and females click a willingness to mate. Later, laying eggs on the trees from which they all earlier emerged. And then the parents die. The eggs hatch, the new nymphs fall to the ground and burrow deep beneath the soil. And the whole magical process starts all over again. And we do this too. Well, maybe not exactly. I mean, I don't know what you do on your Saturdays. But we are always transforming in both small and large ways as individuals and as communities. So like these cicadas, how are you preparing to stretch into something new? Maybe this congregation is its own symbolic brood of cicadas emerging in June 2025. As you prepare to begin a new congregational year, what do you want to emerge from your collective work? In an opinion piece called Kindness in the Time of Cicada Apocalypse, Dina Fine-Marin wrote, "Psychologists have found that the wonders of nature can inspire a collective sense of awe, prompting people to share, care, and assist. That suggests our focus on this extraordinary cicada event may help us feel more connected and part of something larger, and we may consequently act more generously and compassionately. Each bug," Fine-Marin writes, "with its clear membrane wings, bulbous eyes, and sturdy body, is a striver, worthy of celebration. The cicada's buzzy behavior, including the calls to attract mates and register alarm, will help ensure that in the years to come, brood members will once again rise on their respective 13-year and 17-year timelines." It's a strange and marvelous thing, this emergence. Their mere presence is a mystery. Scientists still don't truly understand why the bugs appear in such specific and distinct cycles. These creatures live most of their lives hidden underground, only to emerge in a great communal crescendo of transformation. I told my friend and colleague, the Reverend Christine Wagner Hecht, about my cicada calling, and she sent me the poem that Carson shared earlier, a poem of her own ministerial becoming in the midst of a cicada apocalypse. In her poem, she wrote, 5 cicadas, unnoticed, watched with you from your dress, their low hum seeming only a part of the music as she, my friend Christine, was robed and called Reverend. I can only think how strange. Just another weird thing God did. I say, watching you smile, Elizabeth, as your hands move, telling the story, sharing the good news. My minister and I joked that we would plan to meet back in Bloomington in June 2038 to again have coffee in the midst of another emergence 17 years later. I hope in June 2038 there's another person confused about their own becoming, but buzzing with the excitement of recognizing a call to ministry and seeking tender support from a dear teacher. As I prepare to step out of my role as your ministerial intern, I do so with deep gratitude for this congregation's willingness to be a part of my own emerging, to witness my buzzing and bumbling and becoming. And the cicadas remind us that transformation doesn't happen alone. So I ask you again, how are you preparing to stretch into something new? Brood Shelter Rock of 2025. As you begin a new congregational year, what do you want to emerge from your collective work? The author Margaret Rinkle wrote that the cicadas are here singing a song for the future. And if all goes well, descendants of those two broods 13 and 14, that emerged in 2024, having previously co-emerged in 1803. They will sing together again in 2245, hopefully inspiring awe anew. May it be so.
Madison, please come on ahead. Come on up here. Before Madison offers us our benediction, I just wanted to take a moment for us all to acknowledge her time with us and to acknowledge what is always unfolding amongst us. And to thank her for all of this wisdom that she had shared. Now, Madison, I have a question for you that I did not ask you ahead of time. Could you do your very best for me of what the cicadas sound like? Or is there anyone who would like to try? Is it like a...
It's so, has anyone experienced this? It is so loud. No.
So loud. It's okay. Let's
better
do.
left to your imagination. Just imagine a lawnmower sound coming out of a little bug.
A lawnmower sound coming out of a little bug. Okay. So actually, I love this. So to remind us all, and you, Madison, as you go from here today, what is always ready to emerge, that source of transformation that is woven in everything, that is humming, buzzing through the fabric of time and space in our hearts and minds and communities, that we just need to slow down and notice, that source of transformation that's always ready to emerge. To remind ourselves it's always there and remind Madison as she goes from here. I'd like us to imagine that sound now for a moment. And if anyone is so brave, I'm going to try to do our best to make it a little bit so that she can take this sound with her as she goes from here. Can we try? Okay. I've never heard them, so I'm going to try. You'll just go with it. We're going to make some noise. And then maybe if you want to just raise your hands up a little bit to the side and hold them out for Madison. One more time, we offer you this blessing, the love of this community, the care, the knowledge that you have been a part of the transformation of this community, and that as you emerge from here, your words, your knowledge, your wisdom helps this congregation from the places that it is emerging from, and all of us. So may you take this blessing with you as you go. And one more time, you can put your hands down, but raise your voices up. We have to sing our closing hymn. And voices, one more time, let's rise in body or in spirit to sing our closing hymn, I'm on my way.
I'm on my way to the freedom land. I'm on my way to the freedom land. I'm on my way to the freedom land. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way. I ask my sister, come and go with me. I ask my sister, go with me. I ask my sister, come and go with me. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way. I ask my brother, come with me. I ask my brother, come and go with me. I ask my brother, come and go with me. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way. If they say so, no, I'll go anyhow. If they say no, I'll go anyhow. If they say no, I'll go anyhow. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way. I'm on my way, and I won't turn back. I'm on my way, and I won't turn back. I'm on my way, and I won't turn back. I'm on my way, great God, I'm on my way.
I think we did it. I think that we made prehistoric sex monsters pastoral. Dear Brood Shelter Rock of 2025, may you continue to stretch into something new. May you listen for what's transforming in you, and may you witness what's transforming in others. And may we all continue to sing a song for a more just and joyful future. Thank you to those cicadas for being my teachers. And I want to thank you all. Thank you all for being my teachers.
And so as we do, we may extinguish the flame of this chalice, but we cannot extinguish the light of truth, the warmth of community, nor the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts, in our intentions, in our relationships, in our loves, maybe even in our cicada selves, but in our brood, these we carry until we are together again. Blessed be.